Right. That's right. So this week we will do the patching. So today I will complete the theory part, and tomorrow we'll do the practicals. So today I will cover the how to do the online patching, and also how to upgrade from 12.2 to 12.10, how to do the upgrade, and also we'll apply also how to apply a simple patch. First I'll show you how to apply a simple patch. So last week we discussed about the patching cycle. Anybody knows the patching cycle? What is the first one? What you have to do? What is the first one?
Uh, phase is prepare, phase equal to prepare.
Yeah, but we follow phase is equal
Yes,
to.
yes, FS clone also used to go. But
Yeah,
whenever you do the long deployment like such things, we used to do FS clone.
yeah. Then prepare.
Then and apply.
Yeah.
Cut over.
Yeah.
And finalize.
Yeah.
Finalize.
Finalize. Yeah. Finalize.
And cut over equal to empty restart equal to no.
Yeah. Yeah. Depends upon situation whether a middle tier you want to bounce or not, and then clean up. Right.
And clean up.
Yeah. Yeah. So these are the different phases. So today, what I'll show tomorrow, I'll take simple example, small patch. I'll take and we'll follow. We'll follow how to apply small patch. Then also,
Clean up.
clean up. Yes, yes. Then I'll also show that how to upgrade from 12 to 12 to 14 or 12 with delta 14. Delta 14, how to do. So this week, you guys can start preparing, start working on the people who have installed 12 to can do this upgrade. So that's the plan for today. So today it will be mostly theory part. Also I'll go through all of the steps, so that tomorrow it will be much clear for you. So for that, first we need to understand what are the different phases, what are the things we can do. So explain online patching, its implementation and the patching cycle. So today we'll try to understand the patching cycle. So Oracle Business Suite release 12.2 introduces online patching. Why they called online patching means in 12.1.3, if at all we need to apply a patch, normally we have to shut down the application. But in 12.2 onwards, they say, oh, no need. Whenever you want applying the patches, your application can be up. Still, you can apply the patches. That's why the name came online patching, and that can be done using ADOP. So majority of the patching operations are performed online. Patching operations are carried out while the application are in use and users are online. Yeah, that's the big thing. Okay. Patching is performed using the new utility ADOP utility and requires a very short time. So the downtime is it's only the cutover. So whenever you apply all the patches, you have to take a downtime to the cutover. So that will be like 30 minutes max. 30 minutes you just need to, the middle tier has to be bounced. During that time, no user should be logged in. So that is the downtime. So it requires no maintenance mode. Yeah, in 12.1.3 we had something called maintenance mode, but here we don't have anything called maintenance mode. So online patching consists of cycle of related operations. So we have like FS1 and FS2, right? We have two FS1 and FS2. A copy is made of the code of the running system that resides in both the file system and the database. Okay. So a copy of this one will be residing as a file system and also on the database also. FS1, FS2, even in database also a copy is been maintained. Patches are applied on the copy. Patches are applied to the copy while users continue to use this. Users will be using this and patching will be applied to this part. The copy becomes the new running system. So once the patching is applied, you do a cutover. Then what happened? Your run file system will become patch file system. Patch file system will become run file system. That's what is telling. The copy becomes the new running system. The original running system, now it is absolute, is recycled for the future reuse. So whatever is the original one will be the future for the patching cycle. So architecture change to support online patching. Yeah, the following are the architecture changes made in Oracle eBusiness to support online patching. So Oracle eBusiness Suite now uses a dual file system. Yeah, very big change happened in 12.2. They came up with FS1, which is a run file system, and FS2, which is a copy of the production file system for the patch file system, and there is a non-edition file system. And also in database also they've introduced a concept called edition-based redefinition. Lot of interview, if you go, they'll be asking you questions on this edition-based redefinition. What is this edition based redefinition? So we will be seeing in this particular topic more on edition based system. So dual file system, we have FS1 and we have FS2 and FSNE, where all the log files are there. So synchronously managed by patching utilities, and in between we have the database where see, we cannot have two databases. So database is always one, but they are using edition based redefinition. What is it? We'll be seeing in the coming slides. So we have already seen that we have FS1, we have 3 folders. We have FS2, we also have 3 folders. So if you see that FS1 and FS2 are almost having the same structure. Only FSNE, where our log files are kept here, so that has a different structure, right? So environment variables. So you at any point of time, if you want to check whether you are in a run file system or a patch file system, you can say $file edition. So you just want to know, like, whether your run file system or patch file system, you can run all of these. So patch base, NE base, Apple top. If you want to know the Apple top, Apple log home, patch top, all of this you can use. Right. So totally, as we have been discussing from the class 1, we have totally 3 file system: run file system, patch file system, and FSNE, which will be on the application tab, and we have one database. Right. Now the next 4-5 slides, we'll be talking about this edition based redefinition. How this patching is been taken care when the patching is happening, because there are no two databases, right? So how it is maintaining. So how it has been done, we'll go through this. The database utilizes edition-based redefinition of the Oracle 11g database to support online patching, and it allows to have multiple copies of the application code. So it will maintain multiple editions, That's the reason when there a lot of patching happens, you have to clean up also. You need to clean up the editions. Otherwise, there will be a performance degradation, because it maintains multiple copies, editions of the application code. It creates a new edition as a child of the existing edition. So there will be one edition, it maintains a child of it. Make changes in the child edition while parent is being used. So just like FS1, FS2, the parent edition will be available for the end users, where a child edition will be used for the patching purposes. Right. So 3 types of editions are there. Means you cannot see it. FS1, FS2 you can see, but with respect to database, you cannot see them. You just have to assume that internally there is something called run edition, patch edition. We have all of this. Okay. The term edition refers to isolation mechanism that allows to pre-upgrade and post-upgrade schemas to exist. The 3 types of editions are: one is a run edition used by online users, never changed by a patch. So at any point of time, the end users will be using the file application run file system and database run file system. And when it comes to patch edition, used for patching utilities. Changes do not affect the running. So any changes will happen to the patch edition. Changes will not affect the run file system. That is the way how it has to be done, right? Because when you are applying the patch, so the changes has to be applied on the patching edition only. It cannot be, it cannot that, a user is seeing some table, and when you're applying the patch, you cannot see the new table. So those changes are adding at the patch. So there is something called old editions. So there is something called old edition. You cannot connect to old edition, discarded during full cleanup. Or whenever do a cleanup, there is also something called actualize all. We also do actualize all. Even we opened an Oracle SR for some performance related issue. So they told us to run actualize all. We'll see what is this actualize all. So now you need to understand which are addition objects and which are non-addition objects. So code objects, code means PLSQL objects, views, addition views, triggers, types, synonyms. These are all like addition objects. Non-addition objects means storage objects do not support additioning. So online patching will use an advanced feature of EBR to manage these objects during the patching cycle. So only for this you'll have a duplicate copies. Only for this you'll have a duplicate copies. But for the database, they cannot make a duplicate copy. Then it will become a big thing. Suppose a table is 10 million rows, so they cannot make a copy of table. So that's the reason they are come under non-addition objects. So anything which is storage objects, they do not support addition. But Oracle is managing using advanced features, which we will be seeing. So now we will see additioning views and the application model. So suppose here we have the Oracle e-business suite code, and we have custom code and third-party code, and here is the table FND table. So this is the logical view of the table. Original table is FND table in the app schema, but in Apple's schema, so we have an FND table, and there is a sort of a view, additioning view. So this is your original table, and they are maintaining as a view FND table hash addition view. So addition views can be thought of provisioning a cover layer or a logical representation of data on top of physical representation. Addition views project different view of a table to the run and a patch addition if data model has been patched. Yes, so you cannot see them, but internally they are maintaining. So this will have a different view and this will have a different view. So this will only happen during the patching. All code must access Oracle e-business suite data via cover layer. Accessing the data model via physical layer may result in absolute data. Right. We will see with some more examples. Right. So here they are given. So if you see the physical table, for example, FND table. So you have 3 columns: ID, name, description. ID, name, description. ID, name, description. And the description column is 30. Originally it is 30. Right. So originally it is 30. But now there is something like a patch addition view where you are updating it to 80. So run addition will have 30. This patch addition view will have 80. Will have patches. So people who are using the front end users will be using this one, so they will be seeing 30, whereas the patch addition will have 80. So that is what is telling, like how they are maintaining these views. So similarly for triggers also, we can see cross addition triggers, how it has been maintained. So suppose this is the table. This is the table, and you are trying to update them. So the run addition will be seeing this one, like chair has 4 legs, window a window to see through. So this part they'll be seeing. And what you are doing is basically you are updating the description. Basically you are changing the description to maybe capital letters. You are updating. See here, there's small letters, here capital letters. So run addition will see a different view, and patch addition will see a different view. So once you do a cutover, then they get merged. So your online patching has 5 different phases. Prepare, where a copy your FS1, whatever changes are there on FS1, it makes the changes on the FS2. In the apply, you are applying 1 or 2 patches. Finalize, you are basically compiling the invalid objects and generate the derived objects. In the cutover, shut down production applications. You have to you don't need to do manually. The system will do. Once you say cutover, the system automatically will be bounced. Perform maintenance operations, restart the application on patched copy. And in the cleanup, you remove the obsolete objects. So these are the total 5 different phases we have. Patching cycle means this is the 5. Sometimes we do a dummy patching cycle. So in that we do only prepare, we do cutover, and we clean up. So sometimes we do something called, we just want to synchronize FS1 and FS2, and we want to see whether FS1 and FS2 are working fine. Means FS1 is running fine, but once you do this patching cycle, you don't want any disturbances. Sometimes we do a patching cycle, so you will not apply patches. So you just do a prepare, you do a cutover, you do a cleanup. So FS1 and FS2 have been shifted. So you can see whether FS2 is running fine or not. So also there are two different phases. One is abort and FS clone. We'll see what are that. So you can prepare, you can apply, you can finalize. At this point, you can either do a cutover or you can abort it. For some reason, you don't want those patches to be, you don't want that patches to move forward. So then you can abort it. So then it goes back. Yeah. So one is abort. The abort is used to abandon a patching cycle. So you already started, you already applied, but now you decided to go back. So it's used to abandon a patching cycle before it is complete and roll back any changes that have been made. The online patching can be aborted at any time before the cutover. So before the cutover, you can always abort. Means after prepare also you can abort. After apply also abort. After finalize also you can abort, but not after cutover. Okay, FS clone. This phase is a standalone command used for file system cloning. This phase is a standalone command used for file system cloning. FS clone is used to synchronize patch file system with the run file system in cases where the file system has been changed through means other than applying Oracle e-business patches, such as manual patches to the custom code or technology. Yes, this is what why we do any custom changes or you have your own custom reports. So those things, whenever if you want to synchronize, we do the FS clone. So that's the reason we have put FS clone at the first one. We put FS clone, prepare, apply, but nowhere Oracle says that you have to run FS clone. They normally say you have to run at the end. But we, in my company, whenever we start a patching cycle, first we do FS clone, prepare, apply, finalize, cutover, cleanup. So that's what we do. So in the prepare phase, what happens? So the following actions takes place in the prepare. So in the prepare phase, what happens? In the file system, the patch file system is synchronized with the run file system. So whatever is there in the run edition, those changes are applied to the patch file system. The patch edition file becomes an exact copy of the run edition. Yes, both will be the same. In the database also, it has to do something, right? So in the database also, a patch edition is created in the database. All code objects in the patch edition becomes as a pointer to the code objects in the run edition. Yes, all code objects, PLSQL, whatever may be, it makes a copy here. As patches are applied to the patch edition, code objects have a new definition created in that edition. Yes. So as and when patching are applied, are applied to the patch edition, code objects have a new definition. So they will have a new edition. This will have the old one. This will have a new one. Then apply phase. So following actions takes place in the in this apply. Patches are applied to the copy to the patching cycle. So you specifically no need to go to the patch edition. You can be in the run edition and you can apply the patch. Automatically the patch will be applied to the patch edition. The changes introduced by patches are made in the isolation of the patch edition. Yeah. So few changes will be done to the application files and few changes will be done to the database. So if you take any patch, right, what it is going to do? It may do some DML changes or some table changes, database changes, or it may bring new forms and it may compile it. So it will change, it will do changes to both to the database and also to the file driver. So finalize is, you just want to, the following action takes place. DDLs is pre-computed in readiness to be run as a cutover. Derived objects are generated. Invalidates are compiled. So these are the three things what will happen. Pre-computed DDL to be run at the cutover is it revises any out-of-date indexes and material views. Generate derived objects for objects that cannot be addition during runtime. Okay. And also it compiles the invalid objects. So these are the three things what it does. Now you have an abort. At this point, after coming here, if you want, you can abort the entire patching cycle and you can come back here. So aborting a patching cycle before it is completed, rolling back any changes that have been made. So any changes which have been made to the patch file system can be aborted using the abort command. Then the main thing is the cutover. So the following action takes place in this phase. Users are logged off the system. The patch file system becomes the run file system, and the previous run file system now takes the role of a patch file system in readiness for the next patching cycle. The patch edition is promoted to be the run edition. Final maintenance operations are performed. Users are brought back online on the newly patching run edition. So this is the place where both run edition and the patch file system will change the roles. Then in the cleanup, the following action takes place in this phase. This phase is occurs after users have been brought back online to the newly patched edition. Yes. File system, there are no file system actions during the cleanup. Okay. So there are no changes which happens on the file system. Only changes happened in the database. Code objects that were patched in the most recent patching cycles are deleted after any old edition. Seed data from old edition are deleted. Once all the objects have been deleted from old edition, the edition itself is also deleted. The reclaimed place is returned to the edition. So mostly it clean up all the old editions on the database. So that is the chapter. So we have a prepare phase, we have an apply phase, we have finalize phase, we have cutover phase, we have cleanup phase, plus we have abort and FS clone. So how to use this ADOP cycle? So in this topic, we'll see ADOP and its action. We will get in depth understanding of online patching cycle, understand the consideration in multi-node patching, how to do multi-node, beware when hot patch can be used. So actually, when you are going with 12.2 to 12.2.10, right? You're going to touch all this hot patch, so hot patching and keeping the application down and applying the patch in the run file system. So once I shared the notes, you guys also try. I can also share you the patches also. So suppose you don't have support, or I can share the patches and you can apply them. You can apply and you can practice it, but you need to do that to get confidence on this particular patching cycle. Okay, right. ADOP online patching. All patches started from release 12 or online patches. The traditional pre 12.2 method of applying patches will not work. From 12.2, patching is performed by running ADOP. Correct. Use the ADOP utility to execute the online patching cycle to apply patches to the Oracle eBusiness suite. Yeah, I'll share all the patches. Whatever patches I've applied, you can directly, I'll copy to my Google Drive and I'll share with you so that you can directly use my notes and apply them. Beware of following points about how ADOP works. If patch contains no new updates to the files or database objects, it takes no actions. Okay, so this is very important. If there are no updates, so it will not take any action. If it detects a previously failed patching cycle, it will try to attempt. Yeah, if sometimes your patching cycle may fail, and you can, if you want to, it will attempt to recover from that particular session. There is no change in the way you will apply patches using ADOP in a rack enabled system. So if it is a rack, is only to a database. Rack is only to the database. So there is no change in the way how you apply the patches on a rack enabled system. But when it is you need to get comfortable with single node, how to apply patches, and also you need to know how to apply patches in a multi-node. Multi-node, it is very beautifully, it has been aligned. You have a master from the primary node only will apply the patches, so that will become a master, and all the other applications are slave. So you need to practice that. It's so nicely it has been done. So if it is shared application file system, mostly it will be shared application file system. So you have to only apply the patches from the first primary node. It will automatically apply to all the nodes. So less headache for us from 12.2 yeah, if you have a shared file system, you have you don't need to go to each of the node and apply the patches. So the online patching cycle is divided into 5 phases. There are 3 additional phases which are provided for you: abort, FS, actualize all. So this one recently we opened an SR for performance related issue, and they told us to, in order to drop, they told that there are a lot of child editions. So in order to remove that, you need to run actualize all. It is also an interview question. Why do you use actualize all? So you can always, how do you run this? ADOP phase is equal to prepare. So the phase has so many, like, your phase can be like prepare, apply, finalize, cut over, clean up, abort. It can be any of this. Okay. So actually I just, every time I try to teach, I also want to learn few things. Yeah, this is correct. Drops old editions, correct. FS clone used to file system called cloning. This special phase must be run from the run file system and cannot be specified with any other phases. This one is abandons the patching cycle and restores the previous state, correct. Cleanup drops non-redundant columns and other objects. Cutover performs the action needed to make the former patch edition the new run edition and the former run edition. This is clear. Finalize it's only for, like, compiling the invalid objects. Right. Yeah, nice. Right, you can either run individually, you can either run individually or you can run in one line. If you are very confident the patch will not fail, then you can put everything. Sometimes I put everything in one line only, prepare, apply, finalize, cut over, clean up, especially in the development environment. In development environment, you can put everything in one place. The only problem is if any error comes up, it's very difficult. So if you have practiced it, you can do this particular method. Right. So what is the prepare phase? What happens? It makes a copy of the production application code. Synchronize the patch file system. Synchronize the patch file system with the run file system. Creates a new patch edition in the database. That's what happens. Yeah.
Sir, in 12.2, like 12.13, whenever we apply any patches, we enable the maintenance mode and
No. Here there is no maintenance
invalid
mode.
object.
No, yeah, but invalid objects we now also I check. There is no maintenance mode, but now also I check before applying the patch. I'll see what is the count, and after applying the patch, what is the count. That one I do. Whether it is 12.13 or 12.2, I do the invalid count, because sometimes a patching, you are applying a patch, and that patch has created an extra invalid objects, and because of that something has happened, right? So you have to tell them, because so that one, that count of invalid objects now also I do, whether it's 12.13 or 12.2. Okay, right. So in the prepare phase, what happens is checks that environment is set to AppleTop, checks whether to perform cleanup, checks to see if database is prepared for online patching, checks for adequate file system and database connection, generates a reports about the important table spaces, even space is there or not there. So internally it will run a lot of things for you. And apart from that, it checks for online patching is progress, invokes a TXT script to synchronize the patches which have been identified, checks the database for existence of patch addition and creates one if it is not found. If it checks whether patch addition is there, if it's not there, it creates, calls a script to confirm the database connection to the patch addition working. So many things it will does. If it is not able to do, it will come out for you. So the minimum system table space should be 25 GB and apps TS space should be 5 GB before you can run the prepare phase. So how do you run? You come to the run edition and you download the patches, and they say you have to copy to this particular directory. You can follow this method. You can, suppose there are some patches, you can copy to this, then you can unzip the patches and you can do the prepare. If not, you can also introduce something called a patch top, and you can specify where you have downloaded. So if if you have downloaded to this location, then it will not look for that particular patch top parameter. if you download it. Otherwise, normally I don't put in this location. I put in my own location and I give a patch top. I'll pass the parameter as a patch top. Right. Then in the second one is it is for the applying the patches. So execute the patch drivers to update patch addition. Patches applied can only be one or many. You can apply one or many, including the customization. So you can do an actions. You can do interactive. I never tried non-interactive. Somehow non-interactive, interactive only it worked for me. Non-interactive I tried, but somehow never it worked. Then on that test you can do. You can test also, that is possible, but mostly most of the patches, ADOP to in interactive mode. This is the one. Oh, non-interactive means, oh, okay, this is non-interactive. Okay, fine. So maybe in the you can create a file. In the file you can put the parameters and you can, that is called non-interactive. Based on your requirement, you can use the command input file, right? If you want to test a patch, means you want to apply a patch, but you don't want the changes to be applied to the file system or database, then you can say apply is good. No, this is some of the client, only one client I found in my entire history. Only one client was telling, okay, don't apply the patch, but if we want to know what are the changes to be happening, then you can say phase is equal to apply is equal to no. So no changes will be done, but it will record in the log file what are the changes it's going to do. Right. So in an interactive mode, mostly we'll follow interactive mode only. So you log in and you say you run the environment file, change directly to the patch edition where you unzip the patches, review the README file. If it is tell you to run PA, you have to do that. It will generate the custom script. Then you can run this command to apply the patch. Then it will respond to the ADOP. It will ask you for the apps. It will ask you for the apps password, system password. Then you apply the driver, review the customization. After ADOP exists, review the log files, pre-allocate space for packages. This is an optional step. Verify that patch is successful or not. So the only way what I say is you practice. The more patches you apply, the more issues you face. The more issues you face, the more experience you become. That is the simple logic. I say the entire Oracle, any topic you take in your life, I'm telling you, take this point. You have to face interviews. You have to face failures, and you go on practice. You learn from the mistakes, and next time next time you will not do that mistake. So it is as simple as it is. That is what I have been learning. That is the main thing I've been doing couple of years, multiple times, and again that there will be some problems. Again you learn something, and again you update the same document. Try to maintain the documents at one place. Try to maintain the document one place, because you will be scattered. Your documents will be different. I also face this different places, and when the same requirement comes up. When the requirement comes up, you will not find the correct document. You will find the outdated document. So that's the only thing. So something you followed some document, and something after that worked very well. Next time you found that some new changes come, so you update the same document and keep your document as up to date as possible. But because DBA life means you apply once. You run once, but you will be applying to many customers. So that is the way. It is not that this is the one time you are going to do, right? So anything, let it be. So today I was going through the shared application file system, some videos I was going through. I was going through DMZ zone, some videos I was going through. I was going through SSL. Now it is TLS. No longer they call SSL. Now they call TLS. SSL is old, deprecated. So then I was going through that TLS, and how to apply patch in. Either you can buy from GoDaddy, or you can apply. You can also do this. So there's always a learning curve which happens in the life of an apps DBA.
Sir, in our course is TLS or SSL?
So TLS only, I found a very good example. So yeah, it is TLS by default. I'll be showing that example. Right. So you can how to apply a patch in a non-interactive mode on both the run Appletop and the patch Appletop. Ensure that the default file is available. I never used this. I never used it, but I used to use this one rigorously in 12.1.3, the default file. But somehow for some reason, I never used it in non-interactive mode. But if you want to use it, you can you can have a input file. Okay, let us see. You can pass the required ADOP parameter directly on the ADOP. Phase is equal to prepare, apply, patches is equal to the workers is equal to. If you are applying NLS non-interactive mode, you must specify the driver in the input file. So actually you have an input file, like a text file. In that you have all this content. All this content, and you can you can pass this. Yeah, but this is one method, but somehow I never followed it. But if you guys are following, you can try it. So the parameters, see, learning any command is very simple, but your real experience comes up when you understand these parameters, because you do not know which parameter may be used at which situation, especially when you're doing a bigger upgrade from 12.1.3 to 12.2 or 12.2 to 12.2.10. So having a knowledge about this parameter, default file, workers, patches, merge, abandon, restart, phase, patch top, right? Workers is how many workers you want to send. So like 10 workers, like that depends upon how many CPUs you have. Patches, what are the patches you want to apply? Merge means, suppose there are 3-4 patches, you can say merge is equal to yes. Suppose patches is equal to, you are applying 1, 2, 3, you can say merge is equal to yes. Abandon means the patch has failed and you want to abandon from the beginning. If you want to abandon, if you once abandon, it will then you are removing complete patch. You don't want to go with that patch, you want to go with a new patch, then you say abandon is equal to yes. Restart is very fantastic command. So you are applying a patch and it has failed in between. You fix the issue. Then you say restart is equal to yes. So it will start from the place where it has stopped. You cannot use abandon and restart in one command line. Either you say restart is equal to yes. Restart is equal to means from the place where it has stopped. So suppose there are 1,000 activities and it has completed like 700 activities. And for example, it has failed for table space. Some table space is pulled up. So it has failed. So now you have to fix the table space issue. Then you say restart is equal to yes. You will get confused when I should use abandon and when you have to use restart. So abandon you should use like the patch has failed. You don't want that patch and you want to go, maybe you want to get rid of that particular patch and you want to start with a new patch. Basically you want to start from the beginning, then you say abandon video. So whatever the patch happened to the old one is gone. Mostly you'll be using this restart equal to yes. If you do not know how to use it, you are in trouble. Suppose the patching took 8 hours. Suppose you are applying a patch and it took 8 hours. After 7 hours, it has failed. And if you don't use this restart as a yes, then you say abandon yes or something like you mess up, then again it will start from the beginning. Again 8 hours it takes. Very important command for any apps DBA. Phase we know. Patch top is by default Oracle says to copy all the patches to one particular directory. If you don't copy and you copy to some other directory, some other location, wherever free space is there, I normally use this, then I can say patch top is equal to that particular location. So input file. So these are all the things what you can give in an input file. Okay, this is all okay. Command line option, input file, default file, right? So sometimes, right, you just want to see, like you want to apply a patch, but you don't want the changes to be applied on database or on the application. Then you can say apply is equal to no. In the test mode, ADOP will go through the process of applying the patch, but will not perform any of the following actions. So it will not do It will not make any change to the application. It will not make any changes to the database, but it will create a log file. That log file will have all the things what it's going to do. Then in the finalize, it will do the three activities. One is the pre-compute DDL, generate derived objects, and compile invalid objects. So what are that? Right, let us try to see one by one. So during the finalize command, it does the three activities. Pre-computes data DL to run at cutover. Pre-computes DDL changes DDL to be run at the cutover. It is revises any out of indexes. It revises any out of data indexes and material use. That is what it does. Some activity it does. Yeah, generate derived objects for objects that cannot be additioned during the runtime. Intermediate objects are created. Oh, okay, this is a little makes sense. And then it compiles the invalid object. So we normally run it, but internally it does all of these three activities. So you can run. How do you run that? ADOP phase is equal to finalize. So you can run finalize equal to full, or by default it is quick. So in a quick, in this mode, ADOP skips gathering the database statistics. Whereas in full, in this mode, ADOP gathers the database statistics. This makes this mode takes longer time. This mode is useful to keep the database running with optimal performance when you are running a patch statistics. So yeah, that's the small difference. Then we have cutover. So in the cutover, three things will happen: cutting over to the patch addition to the file system, cutting over to the patch addition of the database, and restarting the application tier file system. Shutting down production system, perform maintenance, bounce activity happens, then restart the application on patching copy. So in the cutover, so we have so many activities. Invokes the finalize API in the database if required. Completes any in progress concurrent request and shuts down on the current run Appletop and restart the services. See, sometimes, right, it will actually bring down the concurrent manager, and actually you need to monitor if the concurrent manager has completed. Otherwise, even you say 3 hours, 4 hours also, if even one concurrent program is running, it will not come out. So whenever I do a cutover, I verify if any FND Libra process is there. If it is, I will kill it. If it is only one program, means I just kill that FND Libra. Then only it will go to forward. Then only it goes to the next step. So that one I just want to highlight. Promotes patch edition to become the new run at database edition. Promotes patch file system to become the new run file system. Disables access to the old database edition. Terminates any database connected to old run edition. Shut down services on the old run Appletop and start. So internally, see so many things it does. We don't need to worry, but internally it does all of these steps for you. So how do you do? You can say ADOP phase is equal to cutover. So sometimes you can pass this parameter, like one of you have told that you don't want to start the middle tier. Then you can say middle tier restart is equal to no. If you just don't want to start for whatever reason, you can say middle tier restart is equal to no. Then you need to perform the remaining. And after this, right, after you do a cutover, again you need to log out and log in, and you run the environment file so that because the run file system and patch file system will swap the roles. So that is the reason why you need to do that. Then you can start the services. Then final cleanup, deleting old additions to recover space. So it drops the covered objects, drop indexes, drop forward cross addition triggers, cleans up the C data. All of this is done. Here also there is a fast. Here also phase is equal to cleanup. Yeah, here also you have something called a mode is equal to quick. So sometimes even our cleanup may take very long time. This will take a very long time, but sometimes we use this quick, or there is also something like a full. So there is a cleanup, quick, and full. So standard performs minimum cleanup. Performs cleanup, it requires least full. Yeah, this will take a full thing. Performs maximum cleanup, deletes unneeded code, storage columns, and database objects. So you can take any decision based on the situation what you're doing. Right. So next comes the abort. So if you want to abort the patching cycle, then you have to go with this abort. Sometimes abort takes a very long time. So important points about abort. Let's see what it is. You must be aware of the following important points about abort. You cannot run abort after cutover. That is correct. This has to be done before cutover only. That anybody knows. After running abort, ADOP runs a full cleanup during the prepare phase. Okay. If you run the prepare phase on a single node of a multi-node environment and later have to abort that ADOP session, you must run the abort in all the nodes. Oh, okay. In a multi-node environment that uses a non-shared file system. Okay. Only if you are using a non-shared file system, then you should use auto skip is equal to yes. Okay, I just want to know what it is. In a multi-node environment that uses non-shared file system means you have two application tiers. So instead of using shared file system, you're having you're physically having FS1, FS2, FSNE on application tier 1, on application tier. Physically you have present. It is not shared. Okay, the auto skip parameter specifies whether ADOP should skip from prompts and proceeds further. That's okay, very simple. It's particularly useful in multi-node when remote ADOP action is not okay. Any prompts you want to skip, you can do. So fs clone, I love this command fs clone. It synchronizes the patch file system with the run file system. Any custom related changes. So for all of those changes, we normally run this fs clone. This is the first command normally we run. Yeah, actualize all is like what am I thinking is it really removes the old edition. As each online patching cycle is completed, the database will accumulate an additional old editions. If the number of this grows, then system performance is affected. Yes. When the number of old editions reaches 25 or more, you should consider dropping all the old. That can be done by actualize all. This interview question. You can drop all the old database edition by running the ADOP actualize all, and then performing the full cleanup. So the actualize is invoked as a command in the following. First you say prepare, then you say actualize all, then you finalize, then you do a cutover, then you do a cleanup. Oh, nice. Here, right, you're not applying a patch. You're not applying a patch. You're only actually you're doing a dummy cutover, plus you're cleaning up the old editions. Very nice. Very nice. It's been a while I've seen this note. Good. Yeah, at any point of time, if you want to the status, I like this command, ADOP status. See, this is like a master. Node 1 will be a master, and suppose there is a node 2 that will be a
this previous command is a empty cycle.
This is like an empty cycle. Apart from that, you are also running this actualize equal to all, which will actually remove the all the old edition of the database. This is like an empty cycle. If you remove this line, oh, here actually you're doing the cutover also. Only that you're not applying the patches here. You're not applying the patches, but you're doing a complete empty because you're doing a cutover also. So you're doing a complete shifting also. From FS1, it will become FS2. So this is like a empty cycle. Plus, you're also removing all the old editions in the database. Right.
So we can do in production when in the off hours or what?
Off hours. Yeah, see, these three can be done. These three can be done at any point of time. These three can be done at any point of time. Only this one. You need to do when users are not there.
This empty cycle, huh?
This is like an empty cycle, but these three can be done at any point of time. Only this cutover. When you're doing a cutover, you should see that users are not logged in. You should take a downtime.
Sir, you told last time that there is some issue comes when you are doing some you applied some patches and the system not come up, so you restore all the database.
That's very So our patch edition become corrupted or something like that. So after cutover, right, the system was not coming up. The system was not coming up. Actually, that's a very good experience. Actually, yeah, maybe we can talk those things also, right? So yeah, so it is it should not happen, but luckily I was there on that shift. Of course, there is one more guy who is doing this activity, and so what we did, the patch edition had some problems. Patch edition had some problems. So this is my run file system, and this was by patch edition, and so we wanted to do a cutover. So we did a cutover. So so both have shifted the places. So this became run, and this became patch, and they were starting the system. They started the system. System was not coming up. Now that guy got panicked. The guy who's working under me, he got panicked, and he told, now what to do? Now what to do? Whatever we wasted almost 2 hours, 3 hours troubleshooting. Nothing was happening. So now the only way is restore the database. Actually, there is something called restore point. We applied that. There is 2 ways how you can do. One is, at that time, of course, I had to restore the database, because the restore database means what? The full backup, all the incremental backups, RK log backups, everything I had to restore. Very nice experience. So RMAN, luckily, because it was cloud, right? Immediately I added 3 terabytes. The database size is 2.5. In cloud, I added a 3 terabytes database. I had database, and RMAN backup was there locally. So restored the zero level backup, and on top of it, applied all the RKLOs and brought it. But actually, you know what? There is something like restore point that is much better. For that, flashback should be on. You have to make it flashback. I don't know how many people know this. You have to say flashback is put on. So flashback is put on, and you can create a restore point. This will consume a lot of space, but still it's okay. So restore point you can create, some name you can give. If something happens to the database, then you can restore to that particular point. Very simple. And after that, you have to say flashback is equal to off. If you don't do that, you are in trouble, because the space will be over, and you'll get a error message, and it is very difficult for you. Yeah. So restore point is actually much better, because restore point is like you can move your database forward and then move back. Move your database forward and then move back. Very easily.
So, sir, when which point we have to create the restore point, before cutover or when we start the cycle?
You can start whenever you are starting and you're afraid that you're afraid that something wrong may happen. You can start. Actually, we are starting at the beginning itself. At the beginning itself, before we are starting itself, even last weekend also.
Sir, restore point only to create a database. Suppose we are facing in.
What you told? No, what you told? Restore point is only for.
Restore point we are creating only for database. We can restore. Example, in EBS we already applied patch. It will be some SQL script, some file is updating. So if suppose the interviewer they asked a question, if a cutover is failed, so how you restore?
Yeah, so you have to restore both the database. You have to restore the database and also restore the application also.
So application we need to take backup also.
Yeah. See, that is there, right? Application backup also is there. We normally do a sync. We are using rsync. I take a rsync and I keep it readily available. I'll keep it readily available. So if you take we mandatory before patching compulsory, we take a rsync of the layer.
Whatever you do in production, it is compulsory step. I mean, like it's a pre-compulsory step. We have to take the backup of the database as well as
application. Yes, because it can happen anything.
Sir, we can do this practical, sir. Why? Because in my system I already 12.2.10 also I am upgraded. So I will give you my system. We can cut over. We can fail. How we can this one we can achieve, sir?
Yeah, I can show this. We work every time, and only the thing is don't keep RC, don't keep the backup in some other location. Keep in the same location, like, suppose, D01, D01 Oracle prod is there, no? Here under this, you have FS1, FS2. Your RC, your backup also creep in there, in that location only. I'll tell you why. It becomes very easy, because otherwise copy itself will take 2-3 hours. So here itself, in the backup itself, don't take a tar backup. Don't take a tar backup. Tar backup means it takes, untarring it, everything 2-3 hours. I do a rsync. So rsync is like, it is exact same copy. I'll have FS2, FSNE and everything. So if any problem comes, you remove the old one and move this backup. And
So tomorrow we can do this activity, sir?
Yeah, we can plan for this also.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, we have some option like validate option, sir, for each phase. So if you're not sure whether that phase will go successful or not, before running that, I think we can do a validate, ADOP validate phase equal to prepare.
Right.
So
See, on that day, almost 10 hours downtime came, and see, at any point of time, the client wants the system to be up. Actually, they didn't slept. That guy.
Sir, you can open the notepad and tell me what is the Oracle best practice to applying the patches.
Sure. Yeah, I'll take it up. Let me finish up. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, so then
one more thing, sir. Please tell me what is your procedure for the CPU patching? How you are applying the CPU patching quarterly? How you are following?
Sure. Right. Sure. I'll keep that in our agenda thing. So then you can always get this help at any point of time. Run this. It will give all the commands with the flags and all. Yeah. So this is very interesting thing, patching in a multi-node. In my case, we have like 2 nodes. Applications are 2. So we do everything from the primary node. So primary will be the master. Remaining everything will be the slave. So you don't need to go to each of the things. So you can directly apply only patch on the first machine itself. So one application tier is designated as the primary node. Other application tier will be the secondary nodes or the slave nodes. You enable the SSH and thereby enable ADOP to run remotely. Once you say enable user equivalency, so automatically it makes the changes to other one. ADOP is run on the primary node and it communicates with the other node. Perfect. So to apply patches to the remote node remotely via ADOP remote operations, enable the SSH utility, and from the primary node only you do all of these particular activities. There is absolutely no change. Whether it is a single node or a 2 node, there is absolutely no change. Okay, now we'll see multi-node manual patching. First, I'll go with this option because most of the places you will find only this. In a multi-node, you can apply patches on each node individually. The ADOP parameters will vary as per the configuration. So in shared application file system, what you say ADOP phase, that's it. Okay, this is fine. Shared application file system without SSH. Oh, okay. So without SSH means you have to apply the patches on all the nodes. Okay. So it means that on the primary node, you say, you say phase is equal to something. All nodes is equal to no. All nodes is equal to yes means it's all nodes. But because you're telling no, because you want to apply only on the local machine. Action is equal to database. You want to make the database changes. Okay. Then now on the secondary node, you say all nodes is equal to no. Action is equal to no DB because database changes are applied here. That's why you're telling you don't want to repeat it. Then you can do. Okay. This is like if you are not implemented SSH, then you have to apply on all the nodes. Very rare this combination because people will normally go with this option. So you don't need to worry. But yeah.
So non-shared file system also, will use the same action equals to DB on the primary, and then the other slaved nodes will use action equals to no DB.
Right.
So if SSH is enabled either on the shared or non-shared, you can apply it on the single node and for all the nodes.
Right. So this is like non-shared. Non-shared means like in each of the node, the code is there, like FS1, FS2, FSNE, FS1, FS2. Physically, it is present. So in a non-shared file system with SSH, suppose with SSH means the same commands. Without SSH means it's there is no change. Then with shared file system and non-shared, like Srikanth told, either with shared file system or non-shared file system, the process is not changed. The process is
only thing is like we need to verify if passwordless SSH is
it's enabled
enabled
or not.
across the applications. If it is configured from the primary, you can run on all the nodes in a single command. So you won't see any difference with the shared and non-shared file system then. If you have a passwordless SSH.
Perfect. So sometimes Oracle will say to apply a patch in a hot patch. Oracle says you don't take your own decision. Only if Oracle says you apply module hot patch. But sometimes in development we follow, even whether Oracle says or not says, we don't follow the patching cycle. It's up to you how your company does. But the correct process is you have to follow the patching cycle. But just because of one patch, you don't want to waste like 6 hours of time or something like that. Then actually we say downtime mode is equal to downtime mode. We use the downtime mode. We stop the application and directly apply the hot patch. But we don't do in the production. In production, we do the complete patching cycle. Patching cycle is the correct option, but you don't want to waste like 6 hours, 8 hours for whole day for the complete patching. Then you can use the downtime mode. What is the downtime mode? I'll tell you. So hot patch normally it directly applies on the run file system. Hot patch only if patch readme file states. That's what. Only when the readme file says you do. Otherwise you don't do. We never go for hot patch. Possible runtime transacts fail because of invalid objects. You may face any of these issues. Application code and database objects may be temporarily inconsistent. So that is what he is telling. So only when Oracle says you apply hot patch. I never apply hot patch.
Yeah, we used to do like GDF patches.
Yeah, for 12.1.3 I used to do. But here
12.2 also we used to do, right? Generally, sometime we will face an issue, right? That time we used to run this GDF patches as per the Oracle support.
So if it is specified specifically in the README, then only we will go. Otherwise, we won't apply.
Yeah, I was telling about this apply module downtime. This one sometimes very small patch is there, and we don't want to go the entire patching cycle. We use this. The patching cycle is preferred, but sometimes if you don't want, then you can use this apply mode downtime. Even when you apply the patch from 12.2 to 12 to 12, 12.2 to 12.12, 2.12, then you say apply mode equal downtime because it takes lot of changes, right? So that's the reason why Oracle says you say apply module downtime. For this, your application has to be down, and it will apply only on the run file system. After this, you have to do a FS clone.
We usually prefer this method, sir, because instead of running with lot of ADOP cycle, we'll apply a small patches with the downtime, and then we'll simply run the FS clone later.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm telling. A lot of people, they use this. They don't apply this hot patch, but for the development environment, we normally go with this apply mode equal downtime. For production, of course, compulsory we follow the patching cycle, but a lot of companies do this downtime mode. Yeah, there is a pre-install mode. This is only when Oracle says this is normally when applicable only during the upgrade, right? So it's generally used during the upgrade process to update the AD utilities or apply some pre-update patches. So only when Oracle says you say pre-install is required. When we are upgrading from 12.1.3 to 12.2, right? I'll show this particular thing. Yeah, that's about this. So patching to the latest code. This is what 12.2 to 12.2 to. If you are in release 12.2, you want to go to 12 to 12, for example. So this is the process what you are going to follow. First, let us understand this, and then we use it. See, suppose you have to apply patch on technology stack. You need to apply the consolidated seed table update patch, latest AD and TXK. In our case, we are going with release 14. In his case, he is going to 12 to 4. In our case, we are going to 12 to 12. And we are going with the delta 14 because this was like 3-4 years old, right? So this was like 2-3-4 years. At that time, 12 to 4 was the latest. But now 12 to 12 is the latest one. So we'll understand the process so that the document will become very easy for you. So first we do a ETC. This is very nice. So whatever document I am going to show, it is exactly matching. First we run the ETCC check, e-business technology code checker, first on the database. It will tell you that you need to apply few patches. So this is after installation of 12.2. You have fresh installation at 12.2. After that, what you have to do? Then there will be some patches on the middle tier. Then you need to apply the consolidated and C table upgrade patch, then the latest ADTXK delta patches, then you update. 4-step process. Okay, this ETCC is something new, which came with 12.2, and it can be downloaded by this patch. See, you don't download the latest one. If you download the latest one, then your company should have capability to download all the patches. The one what I am sharing is 2019 old. It is 2019, but I have all the patches.
Sir, this is the latest one I downloaded and uploaded. I have one of my friend is given to Metalink ID. We can download entire latest patches. If you want, I will share today, sir. I successfully upgraded. This is I will share my screen also. This is the last patch also is completed. 12.2.12 with the latest entire thing is there, sir.
Okay. No worries. So you can share with me. So ETCC, either you can you share the patches, not the ID. ID patch sharing is not really good. Okay.
No, sir, I will share patches, sir. This latest patches
in Google Drive. You put,
you
can put in the Google Drive and share with us, so we can use. What I have is little bit old. The thing is, if you try to download the latest one, sometimes in support you cannot download.
Yes.
It will not allow you to download.
Sir, what is the ETPad, sir?
Latest
one, ETPad. Just I put it chat.
ETPad. What is this ETPad?
Yeah, this is a 12.2. Latest feature, sir. We can apply patches, entire thing, sir. ETPad is the Oracle document ID. Also, I will share.
Yeah, you can share.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. So when you run this command, it will tell you what are the patches you have to apply on the database, and when you run this command, it will tell you what are the patches you can apply on the middle tab. So then you need to apply the patches. That is the first step. First step is ETCC. Then you need to apply the patches on database, on the Fusion middleware. Again, there are 3 homes here. Few patches on the HTTP server, few patches on 10.1.2, few patches on 10.36. These patches has to be applied using BSU. So yes, so you will get accustomed to so many things because you will learn all of the OPatch. So you can use OPatch for all of this, for database, OHS, common modules, and forms and reports. And for this one, you have to apply using BSU. So the patching order is.
So just I posted one.
Okay.
Just I put it chat, sir. This is the latest thing.
Put in my put in our WhatsApp group. Okay. Apply latest patches on database. Apply latest patches on this one. Apply latest patch on the forms and reports. So first you need to apply the patches on the database. You need to shut down the application and database services. So whenever you're applying the patches OPatch, you have to shut down the application and database. Then only you need to apply the patch is going to OPatch. Similarly, on the technology stack, similarly on the OHS and common modules, similarly on the forms and reports, similarly on the WebLogic server, you need to apply. After that, you have to apply the consolidated C table upgrade patch, then the tech stack patch, then the main patch. So at this point of time, it was Delta 7. but I went with Delta 14, which is latest one. I have downloaded the patches, and you can follow the same process because that is a Delta 12.2.12 and Delta 14 is the latest one, right? So you apply the patches, and then you, in the downtime mode, you apply the main 12.2.12. That's the main patch what you are going to apply. After the patch is been applied, you have to do the cleanup and also run the apply. See, the main patch you need to apply in downtime mode. Apply mode is equal to downtime, right? So that's basically what we have. But you know, I have document. I am going to share this document. So this has been almost 4 or 5 years we are using this. Only that I update with the latest changes. So this document is up to date with 12.212 and which I practiced last week on my system. So you can directly use.
Sir, can we directly import 4 and then proceed with the upgrade?
What? Application upgrade I did.
Can we direct?
Yeah, tell.
So can we install directly 12 to 4
Yes.
and we can go with the upgrade?
No, you can install 12.2, 12.2 and directly
only.
go. 12.2 you go and then you can go for 12.2.12.
But we do have available direct 12 to 4. Why can't we go with 12 to 4 and then upgrade?
Yeah. If you are in 12 to 4, then you can directly use the same document. The same document you can go.
Okay.
Yeah, this document is for 12 to 3, 12 to 4. Anything you want to go, who want to go to 12 to 12. That is the way this document is there. So the first step is, you have to download this ETCC. I'll be sharing. Mine is little old, but Altaf has a different idea. He'll share the latest patches, so we can use that one also. So once you run the check patches, it will tell you that you need to apply these patches using OPatch. You have to apply one at a time. OPatch, first you run the prereq and then you apply. So you can apply silently so that it will not ask any question. But in order to apply the patches silently, you need to run this particular command. This one, it will not ask yes, no, something like that. Directly apply the patches. So like this, you apply the patches on the database first. Yeah, so you apply the patches on the database. So there will be some conflicts. Then you may have to roll back the patches, right? So yeah, first you take care of the database patches. Then you almost 25 patches you apply here. Then there are some post install steps what you need to follow. That one you can do using data patch. So these are all the post install patches. This is something new in 12.2 onwards, 12c database onwards. So instead of applying one at a time, you can apply in one shot. That one you can do with data patch. So once that is done, you will proceed with middle tier patches. You proceed with the middle tier patches, same command. But here there are totally 3 homes. One is the forms home. This is the forms and reports home, which you need to apply. Then on the Fusion middleware, on the web tier, for everything you need to change the Oracle home. Then this is the, you don't need to worry about this. You don't need to worry about this because you are going for higher version. Then you need to apply on the Oracle common. This is the Oracle home. For everything you need to change the home. Then you need to apply the BSU patches. Right. So you apply all of that. You apply on 11.11. I have given all the commands directly. You can use for everything. You change the Oracle home. See, you'll almost become an expert of how you have to apply the patches on all the middle tier. You'll become a good expert because so many patches you are applying. For me, I have spent like I have spent some time like 2 days, I guess, 2 days, but not completely because if you sit correctly, 6 hours it takes, and then the last patch will take like 10 hours. So you really know you should not be in a system, but documenting will take some time. because for me it was documented. I was using the same document from 4-5 years. Only that I have to refer the latest document and make changes. That I did it. Otherwise, the same document worked for me. There are not much changes. Yeah, so this one I need to change some parameters. Otherwise, I'll get Java out of my memory. Then I followed this patches, PSU patches, middle tier patches. Then I took a backup also after that. Then I have to make few changes on the database. These two parameters have to change. Then I need to apply the consolidated C table. For that, I need to start the admin server and apply the consolidated C table patch. Then the TXK patch will come. These are all I changed based on the, because now Delta 14 is latest. That's why I found it. So I went through this document. I downloaded all these patches. So, but we need to apply, when you're applying this Delta 14 patches, we need to also apply the critical patches along with that. So they will tell you the same command. They will tell you we just have to follow. See, I have to. These are all the critical patches actually. So along with our Delta 14, you need to. You can say merge. See, you are almost learning all the commands here. Hot patch, so run file system. Merge means because you're applying more than one patch, you're saying merge. Patch top means because because I copied all the patches in this location, that's why I have to mention patch top. So Delta 14, one on TXK, one on TXK, and one on AD. Yeah. So yeah. So two. Yeah. One on AD and TXK. We need to bring it to the latest one. There were no errors, no issues for me. So after that, they will tell us to do some running autoconfig on the database. Then finally comes to 12.212. So the above process will take 6 hours, but you need to keeping downloading the patches. That will take a longer time for you. So once this is set right, then what? I love copying and pasting. So my commands, if you see, most of the commands will be copying and pasting. So this is the main thing which will take a very long time. This will be the main thing which will take a long time. And you run, I ran in the night. By morning it was completed. So if there is any error, like in one of the, not in this thing, but last time I had some table space issues. So table space got filled up. So then I have to run AD controller and run. I have to say restart is equal to yes. It failed for me. Not this round, the previous round, but I kept it like that as a learning part. So using AD controller, you can. We didn't came to this particular topic patching, but I'm just telling. So after that, you need to say clean up and fs clone and apply some help patch. And I ran the pre-clone and took a backup. Why I took a backup? Because I want to move it to Oracle Enterprise Linux 8. I want to clone on. I want to clone on Enterprise Linux 8. So for that three things, for this 3 things I need. Yeah, for that 3 things I need. Okay, for the 3 things I need, one is the So for that I need the I don't need a complete thing. I need the EBS star file. I need the Oracle Home 12102 and data. These 3 files. So if I have, I can clone on Oracle Enterprise Linux 8. So that is the reason why I taken a complete backup. So by default the JR is very low, 1.6. If at all you want to upgrade the JRE version to the latest one, then you can follow this step. We will do this step also. If you want to know, I already paid the steps, so we can do this step to upgrade the JRE version. So this is pretty much what are the steps what you follow. I'll be sharing these steps, but tomorrow I'll be sharing. I'll show how to apply a simple patch, and I'll go through these steps once more, right? So that's pretty much what I have for today. So tomorrow we'll complete the patching. Then we have auto config topic. Then we have cloning topic. This time we are going to see 19C. So once the cloning is completed, after that we are going to go with all the advanced topics like shared application file system. So many topics are there. So we'll cover one by one. So that's pretty much what I have. So if you have anything, you can let me know. Otherwise, we are done for today.
Yeah, Kishore, small dot.
Sure.
Actually, if I don't want to upgrade to 12 to 12, if I want to upgrade only 12 to 10 means, so I can download only 12 to 10 patches. rough
Yeah,
patches.
yeah. Only the last one will
For
change.
that, and for that code levels, that's not an issue, right? Prerequisites code levels, that's not an issue, right?
No, that's not
Like
an
we
issue.
have been.
Come.
Yeah,
Tell me,
okay.
tell me. So
No,
only
the
see,
code levels
even
you have upgrade.
yeah, code levels is fine. Code levels is fine. However, you are going to do on a test only for the first you are going to do a test, right? So you can go to Delta 14, and this all the steps remain the same. If you want to go to Delta, you want to go to 11 or 10 or 14 or 12, that is all your decision. We also will not go to the latest one. We normally don't go to the latest one. One step backward will be, because we don't want to take a chance with Oracle. So if you want to go with 12, even my current customer is in 12 to 10 only, 12.2.10. Yeah. So at this point, you can take a decision whether you want to go to 12.2.11 or 12.2.10 or 12.2 to 12. Because I wanted to show the latest one, I showed.
Yeah, understood. Thanks.
Yeah. So
sir, you tell me you should show one patch, for the cycle through this restore point and all.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you will show?
Yeah, tomorrow we can work on that restore point. Yeah, that I can show that.
Restore point, or anytime if we have issue, then how we will.
Yeah. So tomorrow I'll show a simple patch, and also this restore point I'll cover tomorrow in topic.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Bye then, guys. Okay. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay, Kishore, bye. Okay, bye. Thank you. Bye.